Hello, hello. Here we are coming to you again from the Paranormal World Show under the umbrella of Broadcast Team Alpha. And my name is Aage, and I'm coming to you from 44 different platforms around the world. And one of them is the Conscious Awakening Network. Go have a look. You're going to like it over there. Go to consciousawakeningnetwork.org. They got 50 different shows or so over there with all kinds of good stuff that you need to know about. And I'm going to talk to you about something that I don't know if it qualifies as a paranormal show, but the message is paranormal. If you look behind the words of what I'm telling you, for many, this will be a warning. And for others, it will be an assurance. Because I had a visit from a 7 foot tall guy that comes to visit every so often. I think I have mentioned him before. And he says, we are going into some critical times for the next few months. He said, there may be a split in the timelines. So, if there's a split in the timeline, we also have to remember that we are in control of our reality, either by control, that we control it, we design it, we work on it, we visualize it, we intend for things to happen, or if we do nothing, we allow for other entities or other situations to enter our reality. I prefer the first one. Many of you do the same. Now, remember, quantum mechanics tells us that we live in a mind-created universe. So what does that mean? It means that whatever we allow to dwell in our mind the most is what we will have in our life. That can be scary for many people, but you need to think about it for yourself and for the people you love and the people you care for and the people around you. Try to lead by example. They may join you because it probably would be nice if you had those people in the same timeline. So, in other words, keep love in your mind, keep good thoughts, visualize good things. Visualize things around you that you want to have in your life. Because when you do, you start solidifying that timeline with those things in it. And surround yourself with people you want to have around you, people you trust, people you love and care for, people you can rely on when you need to. And a lot of times emotions can get in the way of that, but keep it in the back of your mind because the best decisions are made when there's a combination between excitement and cold, hard thinking of the facts. Those two, when they work together, they make good decisions. So another thing, surround yourself with a visualized image of bright white light. You may have to practice a little bit for this one, but I tell you, I guarantee you, it will be worth your time because there will be a day when you may need it. Another thing, we do not need violence. We can maintain by our mind, we can maintain a good situation for ourselves where violence is not part of it. Violence against people, that's the government's job. And criminals, or criminals in government, it's the same thing. We don't need to have violence in our life. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to visualize it. But remember also, if the chips are really down, you have the right to defend yourself and your family and your loved ones. And that is why we need to prepare a little bit. So, prepare. What does that mean? Well, it means maybe, yeah, defending yourself, whichever way you can imagine that to be. That means also store water, store food, have some cash on hand. But beyond, also another thing my 7 foot tall friend said, rely on substance. What he meant was substance for a system of trading and barter and money. That's why maybe silver would be a good thing to hoard if you feel like it. There will always be a value. And what I saw in a download I had several years ago was that in that download, I saw about, it could be a couple of months or about that, with a time that would be very confusing and very scary because nothing worked. But once that time period over, it turned wonderful. That was one of the timelines. And the other timeline, as my friend talked about, we never saw any of that. I have a way to look at the future every so often. And I know I have talked about the two rocks that come out of the sky and the coastline is wiped out because of tsunami. Last time I had a look, I did not see it. So there is a good likelihood that we have been able to think ourselves out of that timeline that have those rocks in it. And I think that is a function of what we are doing in the mastermind that Nori and I have put together. And we have a really good people, a group of people there that is excellent at creating good situations, healings and stuff that normally would be impossible. In fact, I think everybody in that mastermind is going to be pretty safe. We are going to slide right through with no big problems. And if you're listening to this, you should consider becoming part of it. I think it would serve you well. So when you talk about planning, we don't we know what to do in our own mind about what to plan for and how to plan. Once you think about it, once you go ahead and do it, it is done. You don't have to bother your mind with thinking about it every day. You know it's there and you leave it there. Because again, whatever we allow to dwell in our mind the most is what we're going to have in our life. So you don't want to think about the negativity that follows or caused the hoarding of food or water and things like that. You be in control of your thoughts, your mental images, and your intention for the future. Just sit down, think about it. What do you want in your life for today, tomorrow, next month, 6 months from now, a year from now? What do you like to see? And then write it down. Once you write it down, read it, and then put the mind to work. Start visualizing what will it be like to have all those things. Think about them one thing at a time. Spend several minutes on it each time, visualizing it, feeling it, loving it. Know it is yours. That's how the universe works. It gets in the game with you to start creating it. And go through each one of those subjects that you like to see the same way. Because when you start creating it in your mind, it is an energy that has been created. It goes into the quantum existence of the universal mind. It sits there. Every time you go back and visit it, you go back and try to bring it from the universal mind into the physicality with you. You visualize good things. That's how futures are created. I sat in the living room of a billionaire one time and he told me, I don't start doing anything until I had worked out all the details in my mind first. Then, he says, I hand it over to somebody that is qualified and capable enough to execute the plan. We should do the same. We should create it all here. We might be the one to execute the plan too, but that is okay. There's something to this saying, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Because then you will execute it the exact way you thought of it. So there could be a split in the timelines. One timeline will go off in one direction and may have things in it that you don't necessarily like. The other one, everything is fine. Nothing bad will happen. You slide right through and everything works for you. That's the one I plan on being in. And that's why maybe you should start designing in your mind what you like to see in that timeline. Because before you think of that timeline and what's in it, it doesn't exist. You have to create it. And then you got a path to go because you have already created it. You know what it's going to be like. So it's old hat to you, but just go with it. and avoid thinking of violence. That is not our job. But we have the right to defend ourselves. It's only in England that you don't have the right to defend yourself. If somebody break into your house wanting to kill you, you don't have the right to defend yourself. You're supposed to call the police, and so they can come out about 45 minutes after you're dead. That's England. It's not so in America. We have the right to defend ourselves. And the reason I did this video is because I trust this man. I'm calling it a man, and it's the closest I can do. I trust him. We have known each other for 50 years. He come ever so often, and I have not been a very good listener to what he has told me to what to do, but I'm getting better at it, especially now. There's going to be things that is happening in my timeline that has to do with very, very good things, both in economics and in family life and other things that I like to see for projects that I want to do. It is already happening now. So create your own timeline with good things in it, and know in your heart it is your timeline because you created it, and never doubt it. So there's probably more things I should have said, but if I can't think about it, think of it, I can't do it. So I leave it up to you. Create your own future. And then come and visit us in the mastermind. In fact, send us an email to themastermindconnection@gmail.com. We'll get the email, we'll send you some information and a link to come and join us, because you're going to benefit a lot from it. And then, if you want to get a hold of myself or Nori, go to broadcastteamalpha.com. Go into find the contact feature, send us an email, and we'll get it, and then we'll get back to you and see what we can do for you. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. There will be other good stuff coming. This is probably, it could be your most important video you see this year, providing you do something with it. Otherwise, it means nothing. So then, I would say, until next time, be good to each other.